Good evening, friends. Welcome to this session. We've got a lot of news we'd like to share with you, and let me just get the images as well. Just give me a minute, friends, and let me just get it out. And yeah, so we'll start with the first piece of news, which is we are talking about the Melanie and the Melody. That everybody's talking about. As you remember, when we were kids, we used to eat melody, and melody is that chocolate with two colors. It's a toffee with two colors, and I noticed that as we grew older, the chocolate became even less in size, and so it's a part of the Parley group. So Parley is the one who's manufacturing these toffees. So let me just put these pictures, over here. One second. Yeah. So now we have very beautiful images of Narendra Modi and Giorgio Meloni, who are currently trending due to the Indian Prime Minister's official visit to Rome on May 20th, 2026, and a series of light-hearted social media moments that have reignited the viral melody trend. Now, the primary reason for the visit was to strengthen the bilateral ties. And during the meeting, the two leaders officially agreed to elevate the India-Italy relationship to a special strategic partnership with key focuses of, key focus on areas of economic goals. So they aim for a bilateral trade target of 20 billion by 2029, strategic collaboration, expanding cooperation in defense, green energy, space exploration, nuclear energy, and artificial intelligence, and also a joint framework reviewing the progress of the Joint Strategic Action Plan 2025 to 2029. Now, this is all, the serious, stuff that's been happening. Now, let's talk about the little toffee that came in between. We're talking about melody. Now, the term melody, is, Melanie and Modi have just brought it together because it rhymes with Melanie, and it has really gone viral. This online phenomenon, which first gained traction during the 2023 G20 summit and COP28, refers to the warm personal rapport between the two leaders. Now, the trend exploded today after PM Modi gifted a packet of melody toffees, which were, perhaps the favorite of many people. Like I used to love it. And a video shared by Melanie on social media shows the two leaders laughing and saying melody in unison. The playful nature of this exchange has been widely shared with social media users using the hashtag to celebrate the chemistry. But also, please also note, that you could hear the talk that was going on, and Melanie was saying that, see, I admire you so much, and I'm trying to be like you. I want to be like you. So that's how great her admiration for Prime Minister Modi is. Now, there are a lot of people in India, opposition, who have gone wild after seeing these Melanie images, because it all started with Rahul Gandhi, who could not, he is always the person I see as a green-eyed monster. Everything that Modi does where he gets attention is enough to make this man, burn with envy. And he said that, see, what all things are happening, in India, youth don't have jobs, and all these things are happening, war is happening, and here they are, eating toffee and discussing about, sweets. So this is something that they have, brought out. Rahul Gandhi has absolutely no other job but to talk about such things. Lina says, company is extremely lucky. They have got a parley. Yes, very, very true. And Dhanashri, welcome. And KK says, the melody toffee Modi ji gifted was icing on the cake. And also, see, as Indians, we should be proud of the fact that Italy and India are forging relationships, which is very good for India and as well for Italy. So these are things that never happened in previous governments, especially the government of Sonia Gandhi and others. It never happened. The kind of relationship that Modi has with the other countries is something that we've never seen before. So it is, all credits goes to the Prime Minister for promoting our country. Opposition is extremely jealous, says Leena. Rahul has absolutely zero vision. Yes. And now, see, beyond the formal talks that happen, the visibility of their visit has been, bolstered by very candid images. So let me just go on to that as well. Some beautiful images that, just give me a minute, please. Yeah. So that's one at the Colosseum, beautifully lit up. And then you have both of them looking out of the balcony, and both of them are very, extremely, very well dressed. And then you have another image of them chatting, and also in the car. So these are things that would have made people who are as it is jealous of Modi, even more jealous. So this is something that has made them so absolutely become green-eyed monsters. And Lena says the strip was made for IMAC corridor, IMAC corridor energy needs for India. Yes, see, that is the main thing, but these people don't even see it. Some people in opposition are linking Modi with Melanie, which is disrespectful to PM Modi ji and other presidents. Absolutely. And also bear in mind that these two people are very well presented. Melanie is very beautiful, and Prime Minister Modi is also very well dressed. He has a powerful personality. So these have started irritating the opposition. I wish our gas and gold issues get solved this year too, says Kiki. So what we were talking about is the candid moments that they shared, where imagery of the two leaders sharing dinner and visiting the Colosseum in Rome has circulated widely. The leaders co-authored an article published in national dailies emphasizing their shared vision for the future, which added a sense of intellectual and political alignment to the visit. While the melody label has been embraced by many as a light-hearted diplomatic touch, it has also become a subject of political debate in India, with some opposition figures criticizing the focus on these viral social media moments amidst other pressing issues. So, friends, you must note that, see, sometimes, I get the feeling that even Modi ji has a very, lighter side to him. And he knows what are the things that trigger anger within the LOP, and this is something I feel that he would have done in that light-hearted moment to make sure, that they are, going to run for the next few days. So very, very amusing and absolutely good for India and for Italy. Now, moving on to something that's going to make you very happy. Now, we're talking about Suvendu Adhikari. Now, according to reports, Kolkata Municipal Corporation issued notices to 17 properties linked to TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee over alleged illegal construction issues. Officials reportedly asked for documents related to approvals and additional building permissions. The development has triggered major political discussions across West Bengal. Social media users are widely reacting to the strict action and ongoing crackdown on this man's properties. So one thing you must realize that the bulldozer action is not only for the common man, but it is also for people like, who were past leaders. And so let me just take a few more comments. Some people in opposition are linking Modi ji, yes, with Melanie, which is disrespectful. Absolutely, Dhanashree. I wish our gas and gold issues get sorted out this year too, says KK. Now, let me move on to something very interesting that I'm sure you would really enjoy. Now, this lady, her name is Damayanti Sen. Now, she has been appointed to a key commission under the BJP-led West Bengal government to probe crimes against women and children during the previous TMC regime. Now, she investigated the 2012 Park Street, rape case, which was earlier seen as a sideline after her probe contradicted the fabricated incident narrative during the Mamata Banerjee government. Now, IPS Damayanti Sen was sidelined by Mamata over Park Street rape case, and she now gets a key role under the BJP government. Now she is back in action, which is a very good news for women. The Suvendu Adhikari-led West Bengal government has brought back senior IPS officer Damayanti Sen, who was sidelined following the high-profile Park Street rape case in 2012 by the Mamta Banerjee to probe violence committed against women and children in the state. So this is something that is absolutely, good to hear, from coming from West Bengal. Now, the Chief Minister on Monday announced a commission headed by retired Justice Samapti Chatterjee to investigate alleged atrocities against women and children during the previous TMC under Mamta. The commission, Adhikari said, would examine incidents ranging from Sandesh Khali to Kasba, Buktul, and other cases involving alleged crimes against women and children, including those from SC and ST and minority communities. Now, as per officials, the panel will begin work from June 1st and will also collect complaints directly from police stations and during public hearings. Damayanti Sen is a 1996 batch IPS officer and was the first woman officer to become Joint Commissioner of Kolkata Police in crime. Now, let us know if you want to know more about her. She's known for her strong academic background and investigative skills. She came into national focus during the 2012 Park Street rape case in Kolkata. At that time, she led the investigation that eventually established that the assault had taken place despite political controversy surrounding the case. Now, you would ask, what is the case about? In February 2012, a woman alleged that she was raped inside a moving car after leaving a nightclub on Kolkata's Park Street. The case created a massive political storm after the Chief Minister Mamta described it as a Sajano Ghatna or a fabricated incident. Can you imagine? Now, the remarks triggered a national uproar. Women's rights groups protested, television studios exploded in debate, editorials questioned the government's handling of the case. For an administration barely a year into the office, the Park Street episode became perhaps the first serious political turbulence confronting Bengal's new ruler. As public outrage grew, Damayanti Sen and her team investigated the case and tracked down the accused, strengthening the victim's claims. The findings sat uneasily beside the fabricated incident theory dominating public discourse. The contrast acquired a political life of its own as criticism mounted over comments made by sections of the ruling establishment under Mamta. Sen's investigation increasingly came to be viewed by critics as an uncomfortable reminder that facts had moved in one direction and politics had moved towards another. Soon after the case was cracked, Sen was shifted from the Kolkata's police prestigious crime branch department to the police training college in Barakpur. Ordinarily or officially, it was a routine administrative decision. But critics and opposition parties at that time alleged that she had been sidelined for pursuing an investigation that contradicted the government's public position. So now you see, friends, how they have hidden cases and how they have transferred the officers who worked so hard to expose the kind of crime that was happening in Bengal. Now let me just take a few points. Lena says, wonder when other society in Mumbai will be pulled down. Yes, this is a question you've been asking for quite some time. I remember, Lena, you've been pushing this for quite some time, and I hope that also happens. And Dhanashri says, have you heard about the news regarding the Trisha Sharma who died in a mysterious way? Her in-laws were torturing her for dowry. More shocking is that her mother-in-law was a retired judge in SC. And she says how now her mother-in-law is defaming her, calling her a druggist just like SSR. Yes, in fact, I've been following the case very, very closely, and I will be putting it together, Dhanashri, for a detailed account of what's happening. And I found that the mother-in-law looks very suspicious and she is someone who is hiding the truth. The young girl went to the terrace to, make some phone calls because apparently what she said was she was being stifled and she could not even breathe. That's how bad the atmosphere was. And she also says that she was forced to do an abortion. So all these things, and you know that she was also, a beauty queen in Pune. So if you look at all this, we know that this mother, the ex-judge, and the, her son who's absconding, there is something very, very grievously wrong, in this case. Now, Yeah. So now let's move on to the next piece of news. We are talking about none other than Vijay. Now, the political situation in Tamil Nadu surrounding Chief Minister Vijay and his party, the TVK, is currently highly volatile and subject to intense scrutiny. That is why I'm, focusing on this in this part of the session. Now, opposition parties, particularly the DMK, have been vocal in their criticism. Now, senior leaders like R.S. Bharati have characterized Vijay's rise as accidental and criticized his governance, contrasting his administration's internal protocols with those of previous seasoned chief ministers. Now, with regards to the allegations and the exposures, there are daily reports of political maneuvering, including allegations of horse trading regarding attempts to court ministerial support from other alliance partners. Critics and rivals parties, including the ADMK, have frequently leveled charges of political inexperience against Vijay and his obsession with himself, because now he wants his photograph to be seen in every office. So that is one of his commands. Now, citing past events like the 2025 Karur rally stampede and administrative missteps during the government's formation process. Now, the fragility of the government has also been questioned. Now, the stability of the current administration remains a central subject of public and media debate. Former Chief Minister Stalin has publicly warned that the TVK government could face instability, suggesting that the state would be prepared for potential failure, political shifts, or even fresh elections. Now, there has been a significant discussion regarding the wrong advice provided during the government's formation stage, with political analysts like Gurumurthy weighing in on the legal and procedural complexities that delayed the swearing in process and defined the early days of the administration. Now, you'll see that some strange things are happening. Vijay has paid tribute to ex-LTTE chief. Now, BJP targets Rahul Gandhi TVK. Now, Vijay's tribute to the former LTTE chief Prabhakaran is rare, since parties in power in Tamil Nadu generally refrain from being in support of Prabhakaran. Now, Tamil Nadu's superstar, come now, chief minister is paying tribute, to the band outfit Liberation Tigers of the Tamil Elam. We are talking about Prabhakaran. V. Prabhakaran has triggered a massive controversy. Now, the PJP took a pot shot at the Congress over this, seeking to remind leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi that the LTTE was responsible for his father, former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. Defending Vijay, sources in his party, TVK stressed that his reference was to the massacre of thousands of Tamils in Sri Lanka and not just about Prabhakaran's death or about Rajiv Gandhi. Now, Prabhakaran was named the main accused in Rajiv Gandhi's assassination in 1991, and the LTTE was banned in India for its role in the high-profile killing of a sitting prime minister. Now, the Congress, long held by the Gandhi family, shockingly now backs Vijay's minority government in Tamil Nadu. Now, we are just waiting to see what is going to be their reaction. Now, as you remember, Prabhakar was shot dead by the Lankan army in Mulli Vaikal in Sri Lanka on May 18, 2009. On his death anniversary, Vijay yesterday referred to the place and wrote on X, "We will carry the memories of Mulli Vaikal in our hearts. We will always stand in solidarity for the rights of our Tamil kin living across the sea." Now, another issue that has come into into focus is, now this person, the Enforcement Directorate, has officially written to the Chief Secretary seeking sanction to prosecute a former minister involved in cash for job scams. According to sources, the central agency has accused the former state minister. So let me just go to that. Government of intentionally delaying the prosecution process by withholding the necessary approvals. With the new state government now in power, the central agency has renewed its efforts by sending a fresh request for prosecution sanction. This move aligns with the recent Supreme Court guidelines, which mandate that the agency must secure formal sanction before proceeding with the prosecution of a public official. So now, if you, what I want to tell you, friends, is that there's a lot going on in, in Vijay's about his background and so many other things that are happening. So let's just move on to that. Meanwhile, I'll also take some comments. Uh, TBK is no less than. Uh, Okay, let me just take a few comments. Dhanashri says TVK is no less than DMK, anti-India in Hindus. Both are equivalent. And is he another Trump obsession with his photographer? Now, sorry, photograph. And ma'am, did you remember during Vijay first mass meeting, there was a man with army uniform climbs up the stage runway and salutes Vijay. Many thought he was an army person, but no, he is a Prabhakaran supporter, says Gopanna. So this is very important. This point is very important. Vijay, does he want to ruin India-Sri Lanka relationship? LTTE was a terrorist group, is what Lina says. And how come Vijay's fans can't see how much anti-national he is? And also, on what basis has Vijay been elected as a chief minister? So, friends, let's look at this Vijay's political rise and the questions surrounding it. Now, this Tamil, superstar Vijay has steadily transformed. You must see what all goes on behind it. Has transformed from a film icon into a major political force in Tamil Nadu, while his supporters see him as a fresh alternative in state politics. Critics and political observers have begun raising questions about the networks, funding patterns, and narratives surrounding his rise. So there is a lot that is going on behind or backstage. According to discussions circulating in political and social media circles, the groundwork for Vijay's political entry may have begun in 2020. During that period, several media reports focused on supposed disagreements between Vijay and his father regarding the formation of a political party. Publicly, it appeared as though his father wanted a party while Vijay was hesitant. However, some observers now claim these stories may have acted as a distraction while political preparations were quietly progressing behind the scenes. Now, another major talking point during the same period involved rumors surrounding Vijay's personal life, especially speculation about his wife, Sangeeta Swarnalingam. Now, stories about possible marital issues and separations frequently appeared in sections of the media. Critics argue that these controversies shifted public attention away from larger political developments and organizational work allegedly taking place at the grassroots level. Now, some commenters claim that influential alumni groups connected to prominent Tamil Nadu educational institutions held meetings in Europe while funds allegedly began flowing into India through FCRA linked channels. So, now this is a very important point, friends, that you must note. Funds were allegedly flowing into India through FCRA linked channels. According to these allegations, networks linked to educational institutions, religious organizations, and fan clubs were gradually converted into political structures across villages and towns in Tamil Nadu. Now, the debate becomes more controversial when discussion turns towards his ex-wife, now Sangeeta Swarnalingam, background and international connections. Certain online commentators have speculated about alleged links between her extended family circle and older overseas Tamil networks associated with the liberation tigers of Tamil Elam. These claims often reference historical funding channels from countries such as UK, Canada, Switzerland, Norway, Italy, and the US. However, no publicly verified evidence has conclusively supported these allegations. Some political commentators also allege that international religious and financial networks may be attempting to influence Tamil Nadu politics through long-term ideological and organizational strategies. Now, these claims have circulated online, suggesting that more than 1,200 crores may have been mobilized through foreign linked channels to support political expansion. These accusations remain unverified but continue to fuel intense political debate. Now, questions are also being raised about the apparent silence of certain investigative agencies. Critics ask why there has been no major public action if such large scale foreign funding and coordination truly exists. Some view this as institutional failure, while others believe authorities may already be monitoring developments quietly. Another argument emerging from the political discussion is that future conflicts between Vijay and DMK could eventually become controlled political confrontations rather than genuine ideological battles. Now, according to this view, large political networks may prefer both the ruling side and opposition to remain within the system they can influence. Adding another dimension to the debate are discussions about recently referenced Chola era inscriptions and royal seals reportedly being brought from Netherlands to India. Some historians believe these records, written in Tamil, Sanskrit, and Grantha scripts, could challenge simplified racial narratives surrounding the Dravidian identity, politics, and open new debates about Tamil history and civilization. Whether these claims are factual, exaggerated, or politically motivated remains uncertain. But one thing is very clear: Vijay's political rise has triggered as much large conversation about power, identity, foreign influence, religion, and the future of Tamil politics. So you see that this man is not there just to become, chief minister and do things and, cut ribbons and all that. He has a very, very deep mission and agenda, which will be most probably religious in nature. And this is going to come, as a surprise for a lot of the people who have been following. Now, let me just take a few more comments. Yes. So, Lena says, laws need to be changed. Permissions should not be taken. No one will give it for corruption prosecution. And she also says, government of India should look into foreign funds coming inside India. Funds can be influenced against and can be misused against India. Absolutely. And that's what is going to happen, Lena. Recently, Vijay's astrologer said Vijay's horoscope is similar to Modi. Just imagine how horrible CM will be he. I don't know how on earth he is comparing it to Modi. That man was hoping for a political position which he did not get. So, it's very sad for him because overnight he was thrown out. So, with this, we end this session. We'll come tomorrow with a lot more news. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.